Hello there, welcome back to Bible and Beats, the teenage YouTube channel trying to explain controversial Christian topics. Today, it's not going to be a debate topic or something like that, it's going to be a history lesson that's not really a history lesson. What I mean by that is, we are going to be doing the branches of Christianity. Now, because there are so many branches, it's going to need 3 videos to explain. First one, today's, we're going to be doing Catholicism. That's the main one, the one that everyone knows, the one with 1500 years of history, with the big churches and the stained glass windows and all that fun, beautiful stuff. Next video, which will probably upload tomorrow or the day after, is going to be on Protestants. Now, that's going to be a bigger video just because of how many different Protestant churches there are. I mean, most people right now are Protestant, but not in one fixed church. And then the video after that, which I think is the most exciting, even though I don't believe in it, is going to be the minor churches, the Orthodox and the Mormons. They have a lot of interesting concepts which some people could choose to believe, even though I personally don't, but I'm not going to let my opinion into it, it's just going to be purely factual. Right, today, Catholicism. So, Catholicism was the original church, the one founded 0 to 30 AD, when Jesus was there. It was the one led by St. Peter after Jesus went up into heaven, and it's the one that, most people know. They went on crusades, they fought the Muslims, they did all of the, the historical stuff that people know. So they have some beliefs, like all the churches, that Jesus is the Son of God, He gets rid of sin, He's the only way into heaven. That being said, they do differ in quite a few key ways. The first one, which most other churches don't have, are the saints. Now, a saint, to the rest of the churches, to the Protestant churches at least, they believe that saints were good role models. They were figures who we should aspire to be like, who had really good traits, but they were just people. To a Catholic, they're kind of like up a bit from regular people. You can pray to them to kind of boost your message up to heaven, or you can, talk to them, consult them for things like that. Not many other churches do this. I mean, some Orthodox do. Most Protestant churches, at least, they believe this is a kind of heresy because the only way prayer works is going from us to God, not through a just other person. It's like saying, why wouldn't you talk to God through your best friend? To Protestants, it just doesn't make sense. So we just see them as regular people who we should aspire to be like. Another way they differ is in this thing called transubstantiation. It's a massive word which means, the trans means between two things, and substantiation means from one substance to another. So transubstantiation means from one thing to another thing. In this case, it's about communion. Now, for those of you who don't know, communion was right back on the Passover. When Jesus was about to die, He said, take this body, break it in remembrance of me. Drink this cup in remembrance of me. And it's talking about Jesus' body and blood, because Jesus was about to die on the cross, His body was going to be broken, His blood was going to be spilled, and it's a way of just us drawing closer to God, reminding us that God is always there with us, and reminding us that Jesus died on that cross for us to live. So in the actual, the Bible verse themselves, it said, here is my body broken for you, here is my blood, drink in remembrance of me. Now, Protestants like myself, we believe that when you do communion, you're just drinking wine and you're just having bread. It's a symbol. It's not actually Jesus' body. It's a way of remembering, but nothing more. To a Catholic, however, they'll have a priest who will say a special prayer, and that bread and wine actually becomes Jesus' body and blood in this thing called transubstantiation. Now, how it works, I have no idea. I'm not a Catholic, so if you want to know, ask them in more detail. But they believe that it's actual body and blood of Christ, and it makes it more holy, and it makes it more pure, and it's a way of connecting with Him and having Jesus inside of you. If that makes sense, then good. If not, seriously, ask another Catholic. I'm no expert on this, and there are so many more people who have done doctorates and stuff, and they will know so much. I'm just dumbing it down because that's all I know how to do. Finally, the Pope. Now, the Pope, if you've met him or even heard his lectures, he's a brilliant guy. He's an old grandpa who drives around in a bulletproof car. The Pope-mobile is just this amazing vehicle, which I'm hoping I can get an image up on here. And it's just amazing. The Pope is the only one in the world, though. The Pope is the leader of the Catholic Church. He lives in a place called Vatican City, which is off the coast of Italy, or kind of off the coast in Rome. It's near the sea. And it's a beautiful palace filled with gold and religious artifacts. It's a massive old place. And interestingly enough, it's his own country, which no one knows. Well, not many people know. So, the Pope is special because he's the only one. He's the leader of the Catholic Church. He's known as the Father as well, or Christ Holy Vicar. He's got a lot of names. A lot of them are in Italian, and since I don't speak it, I can't help you out. Anyway, he's the leader of the church. He gets to say what happened. He's a very political and spiritual figurehead. He can pretty much tell Catholics what to believe, since most Catholics believe the same thing. And it's just really interesting, because no other church has a head like that. Sure, we have, in Church of England, we have the Queen's the head of our church, but most people just believe it's just God, and then no one else. The Catholics believe that the Pope is kind of a middleman. He's got the power to bless people, he has the power to make holy water. It all stems from the Bible, where Jesus said, "Take care of my church," to Peter. He became the first Pope. There isn't much other evidence in there for a Pope. In fact, there's a lot of evidence against it, which the Protestants would use. But Catholics use it, and he hasn't messed up too badly so far. So, how bad could he be? So those are the three elements where Catholic Church differentiates from Protestants. We've got the saints, we've got the transubstantiation, fancy word, and we've got the Pope. If that makes sense, those are the three areas where it differentiates most, and if it makes sense, then I'm glad I can help. If not, ask questions to me, ask another person, ask a Catholic especially, and they can fill you in more detail. But for now, that's all for this video, and stay tuned for the next one. Thanks.